Tech Throwback, rediscovering vintage electronics that changed our lives. It's a rainy Saturday afternoon and you're rummaging through the attic, searching for that old box of forgotten treasures. As you dust off the cobwebs and open it up, you're greeted by a blast from the past. Vintage electronics that once defined an era. From the unmistakable click of a Polaroid camera to the joy of inserting a VHS tape into your trusty VCR, these vintage bits of technology have a story to tell. Polaroid cameras. It all began with the visionary inventor Edwin Land, who dreamt of a camera that could instantly develop photographs. Land's determination led to the creation of the Polaroid camera, a groundbreaking invention that would change photography forever. Now picture this. You snap a photo, and in a matter of minutes, you're holding a tangible, fully developed picture right in your hands. That's the sheer magic of instant photography that turned Polaroids into a household sensation. No more waiting for days to see your captured memories. It was instant gratification in a snapshot.
The Swinger, the incredible new low-priced Polaroid land camera for black and white pictures in 10 seconds.
But Polaroid cameras are not just about convenience. They're about capturing moments and creating memories. From family gatherings to spontaneous adventures, Polaroids were there to freeze those heartwarming moments in time. And their role in documenting historic events? It's remarkable. Polaroid cameras have immortalized iconic images that shaped our collective memory. Which brings us to the beeper. Beeper pager. The beeper, also known as a pager, was the brainchild of Al Gross, a brilliant inventor and engineer. Gross developed the first practical pager in 1949, marking the dawn of a new era in telecommunications.
Okay, Jenny, take us down. If you kids need to reach me this morning, I've got a 9 o'clock. After 11, lunch at Green's. I'll be there till 1:30. You can look up the number. At 4, I have to stop at Aunt Holly's in the vet. 555-6878. That's Aunt Holly, not the vet. Okay, synchronize your watches. Here's the bus. Load you kids. Bye. Okay, guys, here's how it looks for today.
Motorola has made it easier to stay directly in touch with those important to you.
Mom, we got a better idea. I've got to... We'll page you.
Motorola pagers for the messages you can't afford to miss.
Initially, pagers were primarily used by medical professionals as a means of urgent communication within hospital settings. Doctors could receive important messages instantly, enhancing their ability to respond promptly to emergencies. What made the pager revolutionary was its ability to provide real-time, one-way communication. Messages could be sent to a specific pager, typically identified by a unique phone number, and the recipient would be alerted by a distinctive beeping sound. This simplicity and immediacy made pagers incredibly efficient, especially in situations where quick response times were critical.
I'll bet you thought pagers were only for business people, right? Well, not anymore. It seems like everyone is carrying them.
Over the years, the use of pagers extended beyond the medical field. Law enforcement agencies adopted them to coordinate efforts and respond swiftly to incidents. Businesses and professionals in various industries, such as telecommunications, also relied on pagers for urgent communication. In the early 1990s, pagers even became status symbols for teenagers.
Dad, I want a pager. A Motorola?
Really? What's in it for me?
Dad, you want me? If I'm ever late, page me.
Can you even imagine that some kids have been wearing garage door openers because they looked like pagers? Let's check whether we can find those recordings in the collection of VHS tapes. VHS tapes. It all started in the late 1970s when JVC introduced the VHS format, allowing us to record and watch our favorite movies and TV shows from the comfort of our homes. The invention of VHS tapes was like bringing the magic of the big screen to our living rooms. No more waiting for scheduled TV broadcasts or heading to the cinema. We had our own movie theaters at home. The popularity of VHS tapes led to the growth of video rental stores like Blockbuster, where people could rent movies for a fraction of the cost of purchasing them. This not only made movies more accessible, but also transformed the way people consumed entertainment. Suddenly, Friday nights were all about heading to the local video store to browse through rows of VHS tapes, looking for the perfect movie to enjoy at home. VHS tapes played a significant role in popular culture. People could now watch their favorite films repeatedly and share them with friends and family. The act of lending or borrowing VHS tapes became a social experience as people swapped their favorite movies and discovered new ones. VHS tapes continued to evolve with the introduction of features like hi-fi stereo sound and extended recording times. This made them even more appealing for recording and archiving purposes. The ability to record family events, school performances, or special occasions on VHS tapes turned them into cherished time capsules, preserving precious memories for years to come. The VHS format faced competition from other formats like Betamax and Video 2000, but VHS ultimately prevailed due to its longer recording time and lower costs. This victory solidified VHS tapes as the go-to choice for home entertainment and recording needs. So, the next time you come across a dusty box of VHS tapes in your attic or stumble upon a classic movie on one of these iconic tapes, remember the role they played in transforming how we watched, shared, and recorded our favorite moments. While we are on the topic of vintage electronics, who can forget about Game Boys?
Humanly possible. All the power and excitement of Nintendo right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy. It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Game Boy comes complete with batteries and the outrageous new game Tetris. And for head-to-head competition, use Video Link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo.
Game Boy. The Game Boy was invented by Gunpei Yokoi, a brilliant engineer at Nintendo, and it made its debut in 1989. It was a petite gray device that fit snugly into your hands and had a greenish screen. We'll get to the color upgrade in a bit. The Game Boy was a true innovation. The Game Boy was a game changer, quite literally. Before it came along, gaming was typically reserved for arcades or bulky home consoles. With the Game Boy, you could carry your favorite games with you anywhere you went. It wasn't just a toy for kids. Adults too embraced the compact console. When the Game Boy launched, it came bundled with a game that would become an instant classic, Tetris. This addictive puzzle game had players fitting falling blocks together, and it took the world by storm. People couldn't put it down, and it contributed significantly to the Game Boy's success. The Game Boy boasted an impressive library of games that catered to various tastes. Whether you were into platformers like Super Mario Land, The Adventures of Link in The Legend of Zelda, or Pokemon's quest to catch 'em all, there was something for everyone. These games not only provided hours of entertainment, but also became iconic franchises that continue to thrive today. In 1998, Nintendo took the Game Boy to the next level with the Game Boy Color, introducing vibrant colors to the gaming experience. This upgrade added a fresh dimension to classic titles and expanded the possibilities for new ones. One of the Game Boy's coolest features was the link cable, which allowed you to connect with friends for multiplayer gaming. Whether you were trading Pokemon or battling in games like Link's Awakening, this social aspect was a game changer. It made gaming more accessible, introduced us to unforgettable characters and adventures, and created a sense of camaraderie among players. Even in the age of powerful smartphones and sophisticated consoles, the Game Boy and its games remain beloved classics that continue to hold a special place in the hearts of gamers young and old. Walkman. Let's rewind to the late 70s when Sony unleashed the Walkman, setting the stage for a musical revolution. It was the first portable music player that allowed you to carry your tunes wherever you went. No more being tethered to your stereo at home or lugging around cumbersome boomboxes. The Walkman was a game changer, offering the freedom to take your music with you on the streets, in the park, or during your daily commute. Imagine the sheer delight of popping in your favorite cassette tape and putting on those iconic headphones. The Walkman changed the game by giving us personal playlists on the go. It was like having a soundtrack for your life, whether you were jogging, riding the bus, or just strolling around the neighborhood. The Walkman liberated music from physical constraints and turned every moment into a potential concert. The Walkman era was brimming with musical gems that became forever etched in our memories. From Michael Jackson's Thriller to Madonna's Like a Virgin, these iconic albums and songs defined the Walkman era and played a significant role in shaping the music culture of the time. So what are your thoughts on these vintage electronic items? Comment down below, and while you are at it, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your support is what keeps us going.